Hi, Zizaran here with another video, and in this video I'm going to do a raw walkthrough, or like actually read through all the patch notes. I'll probably have another TLDR plus with my opinions and stuff like that. Although this longer one as well, I will like stop and talk about things that I do find pretty important. But either way, this is the 0.011 patch notes. I wonder if I have to go all the way to 1. Like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9. Wonder how many patches we're gonna have. Anyway, I'm actually fairly impressed. The patch notes are so long. With this, I believe they said this was 2 weeks of work. So very interesting to see how often we're gonna be getting stuff for the early access. But either way, the patch contains new endgame tower maps, checkpoints for map areas, respawn attempts for Arbiter, as well as many monster changes, unique changes, improvements, and bug fixes. For new towers, now I'm a little bit worried about the towers. Even I guess the thing I'm worried about is that it doesn't have things in it. Like, it can't spawn breach, expedition, or anything like that. So I worry that no matter what they do, it'll feel sort of similar to the way maps do, right? With if a map doesn't have any things on it, then it is quite empty, and I kind of want to rush through it anyway. Um, I personally feel like that, at least. But maybe that's just a me thing. The Lost Tower Maps area has been revamped. That's good. I hope they're more interesting. Now, by the way, my favorite way to countering or fixing things being like less interesting than other things is target farming, right? Like, I think they could have done that slightly better in PoE 1, but back in the day, for a while, we had things like steel rings, vermilion rings, only dropped in one area. I'm actually a big fan of that. Diablo 2 does that too in a different scale, where like Andariel in Nightmare is the best chance you get stunned with Jordan. I'm personally a big fan of target farming and just things dropping in select areas, because that gives you a complete reason to farm that area. And on trade, you don't have to really worry about it anyway, because you just whatever you want to farm, right? For the economy. But anyway, it'll be interesting to see if it's worth it. To address the problem of only having one attempt for the Arbiter of Ash boss fight, you will have up to 6 respawn attempts at the beginning. Respawns can only be triggered by the person who put in the keys, and everybody in the party will be respawned at the same time. Leaving the map still forfeits your attempt, so you will need to fight the boss with the build you walked into the map with it. This is confusing to me, because it thus still forfeits. As in, that implies that this is the current behavior, but it isn't. So I'm wondering, and I don't think this was brought up on the podcast, maybe they're not aware of how it works right now. Maybe something's missing in the code, because right now you can log out on every boss, which is something I'm not a fan of. I think, in my opinion, if you log out on hardcore, you shouldn't lose the fight. It should be same as softcore. You should get 6 portals, but it should reset. It should fully reset. It should go back to health, full health, which it doesn't right now, except for the Trial Master. It's the only thing that has the intended behavior that they've talked about. But yeah, I think it should fully reset. You shouldn't be able to like log out at half, come back in fully replenished, and be ready to fight again. So that's what I mean by this is sort of weird, that it still forfeits. But yeah, I wonder what the behavior is now. I wonder if leaving the map means... I actually don't mind that so much, by the way, if you can't... if it doesn't reset and you just lose the fight, I'm okay with that too. I'm okay with both of those. Both of those are good. I just don't think you should be able to log and go back into whatever, like, it's being 50%. But whether it's like you can log out and it just loses you the fight, or if you can log out and it fully resets the fight, both of those are good. I definitely prefer the reset. But either way, that's better than the way it currently is. We'll be looking to add respawn attempts to other pinnacles over time. Arbiter of Ash can no longer be interrupted during his Falling Flame Seed skill. Okay. Flaming Yell can no longer be blocked. Arbiter of Ash is now vulnerable for longer during its emergence. Now takes slightly reduced damage while emerging. Ah. So it'll actually be pretty hard then. It'll actually be pretty hard now, because what most of us are doing on high damage builds, this is a good thing, by the way. What most of us are doing on this is we're killing him while he's role-playing. He's like role-playing, going like, beam, I'm so fierce, I've been slain. But now we will actually have to do mechanics. And this is really good, because the first time I killed him, I was like, That sucked. That was not a fun fight. I just damaged him. I didn't do anything. Whereas if you go back and look at my World First Shaper reaction, I was literally shaking, right? I like struggled drinking afterwards because I was so like adrenaline up, which is way fun, way fun. So this should be good. Very excited for it. I don't know if I can kill him afterwards. I might not be good enough, and it's hard like when you can't practice the mechanics, which I think is a lot more fun. So I might just be wiping loads of my characters to him now. But yeah, excited for that. Arbiter of Ash is now way less likely to target minions and using swords, which could prevent some skills being used. Added checkpoints to map areas. Minimum of 3 rare monsters. You could actually have a map spawn without any, which means you could not complete it. So you just went in and killed everything. It's like, oh, okay, just a failed map. Citadel can now appear closer to the refuge. They did spawn pretty early anyway, though. Improve the visibility of citadels. They now have a beam firing into them, even in the fog of war. Very good. Maps now display their biome. Now, this is really wonderful, especially if you're using the local knowledge on Solo Self-On. But what's so good about it is it was some confusion about what happens when a map has indoor stuff and what happens when there are some that are hybrid, some that are grass and desert, like savanna. So this is good. Very, very excited about that. Added the new Overseer Precursor, a currency item which can be placed in completed towers to add map bosses to valid maps in the radius. The tablets drop from map bosses and can roll exclusive modifiers. Very cool. Very good. Map areas have been adjusted to have more distinct specialities for the content they contain. For example, one map area might have more total number of monsters, while another is more likely to contain additional things as strongboxes, essences, or shrines. This is a great direction to go in, what I talked about earlier, right? Different areas having target farming. I like it. Very big fan of that. The more difficult the map is to clear or the smaller it is, the more axes it will specialize in. We don't even have axes, GGG. The joke's on you. We're maces only. Sorry, I had to crack that joke. It's illegal not to. Here's an overview of changes we've made to give maps more discernibility. Cool. A number of maps will spawn up to double the amount of chests. Huh. Interesting. I wonder how that gets affected by the node that already spawns more chests. Will you get like loads? Because that could be interesting. Up to double the amount of monsters, 50% more magic rare. Cool. Essence is strong boxes, friends. This is great. Huh. This is great. I like that a lot. Maps that are now exclusively found in biomes containing citadels have 50% more chance to contain. Oh. Interesting. Wow, this is great. Yeah, so if it's in the same biome, like same little area that has a citadel, it can spawn more essences, strongbox, and shrines. And a lot of those maps are traditionally bad layouts too, so that's a good way to reward them, I think. Especially Sun Temple. Unclaimed hideout areas now have substantially more magic monsters and fewer rare monsters. Okay. Monsters in Untainted Paradise have been breeding. They now contain 100% more monsters, of which spawn 100% more. Those quadruple magic and rare monsters. Okay, good. Because they were very bad. I didn't run mine, so I actually have a bunch. Improve the highlight ability and clickability of shrines. Good. That was very bad. Worse than PoE1. The chance for map boss to drop a waystone is being reduced to increase for the increased number of map bosses. That makes sense. I mean, it was guaranteed to drop 2 or 3. The Radiant provides 15% chance for map bosses to drop a waystone of the current instead of 25. And then the small is 6 instead of 10. Delirium improvement with increased splinters from the node. The problem... Okay, I don't know if it's addressed later, but a bit of the problem with both Delirium and Ritual is that getting your first Simulacrum is a mission, right? It is an absolute mission. So that's kind of crazy already. And then same with Ritual. You don't really find Rituals or like King of the Mist until you found 2. So the first 2 took me 2 or 3 weeks, then I found 3 in a day. So that's really weird. Definitely not enjoyable, but it is what it is. Added dedicated 2D art for waystones. Oh, reduce the number of monsters and small chests from breaches by 15%. I don't think this is going to affect us at all. I think if this said 51%, I think it would still be the best mechanic in the game. This is good. I don't think that's enough though. I think this should almost be 200%. Crisis fragments, breach gems, malcolms, and audience with king are now have a more appropriate gold value to vendors. Okay. Increased how far you can zoom out the in-game map on keyboard. Nice. Cool. Skill changes. Supercharged Slam now has each successful aftershock gain 0.5 radius up to 3 meters, previously uncapped. Scavenging plating now grants you a stack for a duration based on the enemy's rarity. Normal enemies grant 1, magic 2, and rare 5. Oh, and unique 10. Okay, cool. That's good. The Lightning Bolt skill granted by Choir of the Storm unique amulet has been renamed to Greater Lightning Bolt to differentiate it from the skill from staves. Triggered Greater Lightning Bolts are unable to trigger a subsequent Greater Lightning Bolt if the first was a critical hit. Deals roughly 3.5 times more base lightning damage. Okay, cool. Very interesting. Temporalis unique body armor can no longer reduce the cooldown of a skill below 100 ms. I mean, it's still very strong. I'm personally not a huge fan of Temporalis as an idea, I guess, just because, I mean, maybe I am. Maybe I am. I just don't think it should affect Blink at all. Because then it's just Enigma. It's still Enigma, really. No, it's not even 1 second. It's 0.1 second. It's 0.1 second. Huh. Interesting. I think that's the point, though. To be fair, it is such a, like, hard to get item and rare item. And I guess maybe they want to deal with it in the future if they do want to change it. So, it is what it is. Skills socketed and metagem sockets can no longer gain energy. Oh, you can have that. I didn't know that. Clarified Vine Arrow's description to explicitly state that it hits enemies on landing. Remove the aura tang from pain off for inconsistency with other minions, as the skill does not directly create an aura. The aura is created by the minion. Oh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Let's see. Goodbye, heralding. Yeah. Monster changes. I have a little monster in my room right now. My cat's being cute. Monster now has increased toughness per essence modifier affecting them. Makes sense. Essences were very much like you open and it insta-kills, right? Added a small delay before monsters released from Essence Monolith can use their skills. Forsaken miners can now throw less grenades, which have had their damage reduced and their visuals improved. That's good. Rugia, the Dread Engineer grenades deal less damage in cruel and maps. I feel like a lot of bosses and a lot of boss abilities were very overtuned in maps. I'm hoping we see something about the lava here. I've mostly just been watching other people die to things, and like that's what I avoid. That's why I haven't really died in maps. I had that one like Headhunter death to Breach. That was a bit spicy. Should not have done tier 9 maps on this 70 character, but it is what it is. Goodbye, Headhunter. Lost Zealots can use their Meteor skill from. The visuals also been improved. That's good. Because that could be from off stream. Same with Detonate Dead. Oh, yeah. Same with Detonate Dead. Telegraphing has been improved. Is the 100 ms a big nerf on Temporalis? Well, currently it had no cooldown. So now it has 0.1 second. That's still going to be very good. But yeah. Filthy Crone no longer uses their project vomit in skill point blank in front of you, because that's just rude. Now has a basic projectile attack. Okay. Oh shit, I missed one. Lost Man Zealots. Lightning Storm skill. Always strike at the telegraphed marker as opposed to somewhere random. Ah. Yeah, because I would throw down a marker and then hit anywhere. Reduce the distance, leap distance of Vile Vulture's leap skill. The visual's been improved. Reduce the axe throwing distance of Vile Axemen. They're fairly dangerous, right? Am I remembering right? Is the Axemen there? They're pretty, they chunk you, right? Reduce the first area of Filthy Firstborn on Death Explosion. The visibility of the area has been improved. Is the Filthy Firstborn, is that the ones that they leave a red damage over time? The ones that's in the mansion of the Iron Count? They have like a huge red circle? What's so bad with the name of monsters? No? It's an Act 3 mob. Oh, it's from Dodri. Right. Interesting. Okay. Okay. The big stick guys. Oh, really? Those? Interesting. I thought they were pretty okay the way they were. I'm surprised they got changed. Honestly, I would say they were one of the better monsters in the game. Um, to be honest. So, but I mean, maybe it's just still fine. They're problematic in ritual. Well, they're dangerous in ritual, but I don't know. I kind of like them. As far as on death effects go, that's a chef's kiss. The AoE just didn't rush the visual, right? The vomit skill used by rotting hulks and bog hulks now deal less damage and can no longer be used point blank in front of you. The bloated miller damaging area has been okay. It's more for the visual effect. That's fine. Adjusted the damaging area of Zalmarat, the Colossus attacks to more closely match the visual effects. I don't trust this. Adjusted the player targeting Zalmarath. Okay, that's nice because that was annoying. I don't trust that they fixed him yet. He's been fixed so many times. Adjusted the damaging area of Balak, the Sky Seer. That's the danger bird, right? Tornadoes to more match up the visual effects. The tornadoes now push you slightly away and deal less damage when they first appear before ramping up. I hate that bird. He's scarier than the Arbiter. Reduced how often prowling shades can use their invisibility skill. That's good, they're annoying. Adjusted the frequency of some monsters such as prowling shades and gelid zealots. Vile zealots are now less likely to use Eye of Winter. They're mostly in towers, right? Improve the visual effect of fiery zealots. Adjusted the damaging area of the executioner's text to now more closely match the visual effects. The telegraph for his guillotine slam has been improved. Improve the visibility of cultist archers. Shamanra, Risen King, Zombie Squirt no longer spontaneously explodes on death. Fun. Mighty Silverfist Commando roll, significantly less damage. Do you know, I don't know why he never did that on me. Maybe I just killed him too fast. I just never really had him roll. Walking Goliaths no longer deal damage twice when they fall over. That's the ones that have the big disc, right? Is Walking Goliath the ones with the big disc? Oh, oh, I know. Yeah, they're the goat skeleton. They like fall asleep like a goat. Like, yeah, okay. When they fall over, right? I feel like the disc one is kind of dangerous too. Reduce the distance of the Urn Walkers in the Trial of Sakuma are able to initiate their skill. We also fixed an issue where they were not dealing damage correctly. Slither Spitters no longer deal damage with their twice with their projectile attack. Their melee attack now deals physical damage instead of chaos. The density of monsters in Utsal has been reduced. Monsters containing the area are now more likely to be of a weaker variety. Okay. The density of monsters in the Dreadnought has been adjusted to result in less swarming encounters. Do you know, I feel like the main issue was them leap slamming on top of me and boxing me in. Goat skeletons, never heard of this mob before. No, I'm joking. It's because do you know like the goat that falls asleep? I feel like the skeleton is like that. It walks up to you and then just falls asleep on top of you. Improve the telegraphing of the Asak shamans. Telegraphing of the crystals left by Val Goliaths. Chaos pustules and ritual encounters have had their visuals improved. Impending doom modifier and trolley chaos has more time before it explodes. Improve the telegraphing of the anchor drop. That's good, because that just suddenly appears. Visuals of the area of effect by monsters of electricity. The time before the area of effect explodes has also been increased. Volatile plants are more noticeable. Elemental explosions are now better. So it's mostly they're focusing on making improved and better visibility. And we saw that in the video that, like, especially like the rings, like the bearers or whatever you want to call them, are a lot more visible now. That's good. That's very good. A lot of these are just excellent changes. Okay. General changes. Oh, actually, this is huge. I almost skipped that. The aura that prevents recovery from 50% modifier has a visible radius. That's massive. Nice. And ES modifiers are nerfed. Huge. General changes and improvements. Enabled migrating from solo self-found leagues to their corresponding parent leagues, standard or hardcore. This can be done from the league migration. Cool. I don't know if I don't know. There's so many upsides and downsides to being trade. I really like early. I generally spend 80% of my time SSF, 20% trade. I don't know if I need to go trade right now. I think it'll depend on if I die a shit ton to the Arbiter. I could see myself going trade to make it easier. I don't know. It just depends how hard I want it to be, I guess. We'll see. I haven't 100% decided. For now, I'm planning on staying SSF though. Strongboxes have been adjusted to spawn the waves of enemies over a much shorter period of time. Hopefully that's good. Yes, I agree. So Fun in chat said you can go trade in the new league with Druid. That sounds better. That sounds better. I think I'm staying SSF until there's a new league. That sounds better. And then I can try trade then, so I've tried both. The Strongbox fog effect now fades away. Significantly increase the chance to encounter research strongboxes. Visual effect to show. Oh, right. Like in PoE1. Like a circle beneath them, maybe? Volcanic Crag, Lightning Storm, Ice Spikes, Chaos Barrage modifiers have been adjusted to activate after a delay. Charms now play an effect on your character when they're automatically used. Socketables such as runes can now be overwritten. Thank fuck. I'm so happy. This line alone makes the game such much better. Such much better. Attempting to salvage an item now highlights which items can be salvageable and displays item sockets. Does it not do that already? It does that already? Right, that's what I thought. Flasks with quality are now able to be salvaged. Do you know there's at least one person out there that has been keeping every quality flasks that just feels so vindicated right now. They're so happy with themselves. They're just like, yes! Me? That's funny. Oh, loads of people in my chat actually. I didn't bother because flasks are kind of useless. I don't use flasks on any of my characters past the campaign. So I don't really care. They're like such a less thing in PoE 2. Armor has been made more effective by approximately 15%. More monsters are now able to be pushed while dodge rolling. Generally applies to smaller monsters smaller than a skeleton. Nice, that'll probably feel good. Objectives such as Delirium shards can no longer be pushed by other monsters. Okay, cool. Increase the chance for omens to appear. Reduce the chance of items to roll some of the... Oh, reduce the chance for items to roll some of the less desirable item modifiers. Good. This could be huge, by the way. Both of these could be very, very, like... They seem maybe innocuous and small. But this could be significant. And a little bit of a difference in the way items are rolled could make a big difference in what kind of gear you're finding on average. Distilled emotions required to instill a passive onto an amulet is now displayed on the passive skill tree after you've picked up your first distilled emotion. Added an exit portal to the Trial Master Arena. Remove the level requirement to access expedition vendors. Rarity of items in expedition vendors now also increases with shop level, so shops are generally have more rare items at higher levels. This does not affect existing shop. Cool. Yeah, I mean, expedition, especially from what they talked about, seems like more of a long-term thing to fix to give that something more special. Obviously they are really good in PoE 1, so we know that they can make it better. Hey, fuck, it's you, dude. How you doing? Added a tutorial for activating your first persistent buff skill gem. Nice. Anything like this, I think, is a good. Like, it doesn't affect me, but I think like anything that makes Path of Exile more approachable is a good thing. Improved and fixed inconsistencies for walkability throughout areas in the campaign. Improve the loading time. Reduce the initial player revive time. I guess this is if you're doing the split screen thing, right? Reduce player revive time from 1.5 per death. Alva now has the option to gamble. Nice. Reviving minions that died from being out of range is now immediate revive near you. That's huge. Quest tracker now shows which are applicable for the area you're currently in. Uncut gems now show their level on the item level. All of these are so good. Do you know what? There's so many of these things that just seem really small, but they aren't. Like, they really add up. I guess it's the fact that it's just so many small things. Charms now display their number of charges when they're active. Updated the map world icons for completed quests. Added the propagating weapon effect. Cool. Arian's Cobble, Heartbound Loop, Iron Ride, and Mirius uniques have received 2D art. Cool. Hand of Wisdom in Action has received 3D art. It wasn't nerfed. Added flavor text. After activating Omen of Whittling, hovering over an item before a cast will display which modifier will be rerolled. Oh my god, that's huge. Wait, but it'll still have the same like behavior as PoE 1 when there's 2 that could be removed, right? It'll make both yellow or orange or something, I assume. Improved performance of Solution, the Chimeral boss fight. Performance of the Lava and Molten Vault. Do you know, this needs to be addressed, I think. Like, the damage of the Molten Vault in maps is crazy. It's crazy. Reduced screen clutter and improved performance. Okay, cool. Is this Instagib? Yeah, it is. Yeah, Lily got one tapped. A few people got one tapped. I haven't died to it, but I've just seen people dying to it. Improve the performance of the cigarette encampment. Wait, one sec. Here from Steel Stream, what did Elon do to you? Nothing. I didn't cover the Elon stuff at all. Anyway, let's continue. Burning Ground can no longer spawn underneath interactables such as the levers. Monsters can no longer spawn near the close entrance of a map. This often causes the player to be immediately attacked upon moving. Nice. Added a keyword for honor resistance. Keyword. Delirium monsters are no longer untargetable during their merge animation. As a result, they should no longer push you during this. Oh my god. This was the most annoying thing. It just like, so, you know, I don't really like pushing as a concept, at least not like what we've seen of how it is in the game right now, because it just feels unintended. It doesn't, it's not about the fact that like, that it's like bad that you're getting pushed. It just feels buggy. It just feels unintended. Do you know? Yeah, you're not in control anymore. It's so janky. You can now pick up items and interact with objects while performing other actions. Attack in place no longer prevents walking on skills. Oh, nice. That's huge. Like, it was, if you ever had like, it's a lightning arrow or something with attack in place, it would just keep you in place. Literally attack in place. Continue to incrementally improve the sound, art, effect, and environments. Yo, can I get a 07 for this line? Like, every Path of Exile patch note has had this from 2011, but there's so much stuff they do that they don't even like, that they don't even talk about, that is just like so fucking good. Like, it's so, like, looking at Path of Exile 1 even, and like the intense improvements since 2013 to today, so nice. Okay, I am particularly excited for this because I think unique item design in PoE1, especially on a lot of the items, there's some that I really like, but there's an overwhelming amount that I'm like, brother. A lot of it is also the base type issue, I guess, but I'm very excited to be fucking super happy here because unique item design is just insanely worse than rares. 50 to 70 mana. Okay, I mean, Alchemara is already a usable item, so that's just a big W. Um, the Arvel Wheel Unique Shield no longer has 40. The Arvel's Wheel Unique Shield no longer has 40 to 60% block chance and now provides 40 to 60 life and 40 to 60 mana. Well, this is a huge nerf. To be honest, the best thing about shields is having high block chance. To the point, like, I even have a hard time justifying to myself using Mahoxolotl because it has so low block chance. Like, I'm using that, like, Spirit Shield. If that gets nerfed, I'm gonna actually mold. Because it has the high block chance. Ashrand now provides 30 to 40 fire res and 10 to 20 strength. Okay. Asphyxia's Wrath Unique Quiver. I'm already starting to get annoyed. I don't know if I'm cooked, but I'm already starting to be annoyed reading these changes because I was expecting buffs and this is very, very, like, the first 4 I've seen seems like a nothing burger. I'm already starting to get annoyed because uniques are so far off where I was hoping they would be. The Atsak Sight Unique Helmet now provides 30 to 40 crit instead of 20 to 40 and increased energy shield and evasion. Azir's Acuity, 30 to 50 crit chance, can be updated. Barrow Dweller, damage of enemies hitting you is unlucky while you're on low life. Okay. That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. Belly of the Beast now has 30 to 40 thorns damage. Belly of the Beast is like a completely unusable unique already. That's crazy to me. The Birth of Fury unique boots now 20% MS, 30% fire res. Okay. The Black Doubt unique body armor now provides cold res. Black Braid, 40 to 60 armor and 10 all res. Black Gleam. Black Heart. This is good for like level 1, I guess. Bloodthorn, a slightly more physical damage. Blue Flame, 20 ES. That's a decent one because that's 20 flat. And I think it does have percentage on it. Bones of Uller, 20 to 40 life and mana. The Brain Rattler has more damage. Bramblejack, 60 to 100 life. That's a good one. Cannot evade and regenerate 5% of life while surrounded. Okay, I can't wait to hold alt on what surrounded means. Is that 3 enemies around you or something? Brass Dome is now 400 to 500% increased armor and -5 to -1. Oh, it's 5 enemies around you? Okay. -5 to -1 to all maximum melee res. I mean, Brass Dome might be better later when armor is better. Briar Patch unique boots now. Okay, I'm just getting frustrated. The thing is, like, I love the unique design in PoE1. That's why I'm really frustrated. I've just not seen anything so far that I'm like, wow, that's so cool. Am I cooked or do you guys agree? What do you guys think? This is like, I don't know, kind of crazy to me. More thorns on Briar Patch. Brisk Wrap has increased evasion. Bristlebore now has 50% reduced evasion rating. And now causes you to gain 5 rage. Is this a typo? Is this I'm confused. The Bronze Spirit unique helmet now provides 100 max life. Nice. It's good level unique, I guess. The Bruna Bina's unique belt now provides 30 to 40 lightning res. Brinhan's unique item, a unique mace now has more damage. The Burrower is minus 10 cold res. 30 to 50 mana regen. Candlemaker unique gloves, 20 to 40 fire res. Minus 10 to 20 cold. Carrion Call, unique focus, now cause minions to have increased damage. Chober Chabber no longer has physical damage. It has flat instead of percentage and 50 spirit. Okay, that's maybe an improvement. Corona is 20 to 25 fire res. Crown of Pale King has more thorns. Dancing Mirage unique body armor. That's a lot more evasion and energy shield. The Dark Defiler unique scepter is 5% chaos damage per undead minion. Death Blow unique, 5 to 10% attack speed. Defiance of Destiny now causes you to recover. Okay, I mean, this is a substantial buff. 10% missing life before hit by an enemy. This by the way, in PoE 1 is one of the most strong uniques. Diadabel unique helmet now provides 10 to 20 strength. Devouring Diadem, 40 to 60 life. The Diandare unique shield provides 20% reduced sense threshold and life regen. Toadru's tenure gets flat DS. That's nice. Doomgate unique shield is chaos res. Edirn's Tusk has 50% chance to inflict bleeding on hit, previously 10. Elevir has 20 to 30 dex and provides +1 charm slot. Arian's Cobble provides more armor, more evasion, more life, more energy shield, more mana. Oh, is that the helmet with everything on it? Okay. In addition to the above, it now provides 0 to 30 crit chance, 0 to 20 rarity. I mean, that's fun. That's probably the best improvement we've seen here. Is it level 1 to use, or is it like level 12 or something? I can't remember. At least it has a lot of things on it. The Eternal Spark provides more, or no, now provides 40% mana regen while stationary, previously 50. Oh, but also increases 40. Cool. Azimite Peak, 50 to 80 max life. Feathered Fortress has more fire and cold res, and 20 more strength and dex. Forbidden Gaze unique helmet now provides 30 to 50 cold res. Frost Breath deals more fizz and cold, also has 5% crit chance. Gamble Sprint, it's more lightning res, more rarity. Well, now it has rarity. Gravebind and provides 10 to 15 cold res. Gravebind didn't seem to work with all the interactions I've tried it with so far. Grip of Winter unique gloves now provides 20 to 30 cold res. Gloom Form, 10 to 20 fire. Hog Hunt no longer has percentage fizz, it has flat instead. The Hollow Mask unique helmet has chaos res. More armor on Horn of Binden. Frimnurse, him has 80 to 120 fizz damage. Cool. The Husk of Dreams, more chaos res, more flash charges. The Immortan unique body armor has been renamed to the Road Warrior. It no longer provides 50 to 100% armor and now provides 10 to 30 fire res and lightning. It also provides 10 to 15 life regen per second and attributes. Inferno Clasp has a bigger range on the fire res. Infinite Pursuit now is 25 MS while affected by an ailment. Why would you ever, like, there's so many of these though that you would never use over a rare item. The Innsmouth unique, like when they've talked about their unique design, people have always complained about the lack of life, but they always say like the unique item should be special enough that the lack of life should, like, you should be able to justify the lack of life for the item to still be interesting. But that's not the case. I agree with that design. That's fair. That's an okay design point. But a lot of them, I feel like a lot of the uniques, first off, a lot of them aren't special, right? Yeah, they had Zero Helmet. That's a good example of an awesome unique. Like, a lot of them aren't interesting or special, but a lot of them don't seem to have factored in the power level of just a basic rare at all. It seems like it's supposed to be competing with an open slot, almost, or a 1 or 2 stat rare, or just a blue item. That's how I feel like I feel like they're, if anything, competing with a 2 slot rare, which I don't think they, I don't know. I think the design's very weird. The unique sign changes are super underwhelming. I was extremely excited when they said they were buffing uniques. This was not what I was expecting. A few more minor changes. Keelhole unique build as more. Oh no, it's always 0.25 per second. Killjoy 20 to 30 crit chance. Knight Errant 30 to 50 elemental ailment threshold. Layer cast as Dex. Legion Stride as flat armor and stun threshold. Nocturnal Caress, flat armor. Very, very minor changes. Like Koside, block damage poisons the enemy as though dealing 200 base chaos damage. And like things like this, like when they're not scalable, they're also completely uninteresting. The Mask of the Sanguimancer provides 20 to 25 evasion rating. The Matsuya unique quarterstaff has flat, cold, and lightning. Mist Whisperer crossbow has more damage. Nazir's Judgment no longer has percentage fist, it has flat instead. Necromantle causes minions to have chaos res. North Paw has more damage. Original Sin unique ring no longer has chaos resistance is 0 and instead provides 17 to 23 chaos res. Okay, good. That's a big change. Yeah, some of them are nerfs. The Painter's Servant unique gloves no longer provides fire, cold, or lightning rest. Is this the one that splits your damage into 3? It now provides 5 to 10 elemental damage gained as fire, gained as cold, and gained as lightning. Okay, cool. See, they're interesting. I like those. And this is a good change for those. Pariah's Embrace unique body armor now provides 10 to 15 to all attributes. The Plague Finder unique gloves now provides 20 to 30 poison on hit. Cool. That's huge. The Power Tread unique boots 12% crit damage per power charge. The Prayer for Rain unique body armor is more lightning res. The Quattle Molt unique body armor 60 to 80 life. The Quashol unique mace has more damage. Seeing Stars unique mace, that has more damage. Sentry has more damage. Siren Inheritance 30 to 40 lightning res. Smiling unique, more armor and evasion. Snakebite unique 20 to 30 poison on hit. Splinter Heart, more damage. Oh, that's nice. That's a big one. The Tetsa Pokai 20 to 30 int. Thunderstep 10 to 20 ms instead of 10 to 15. And some more res. Titan Raw 400 to 500 armor and 15 to 30% increased strength, 10 to 20 before. Okay. The Trample Toe 15% ms instead of 10. Tree Finger unique gloves. Trench. Must see just numerical changes in those. Ungil's Harmony is 100 to 200% increased crit chance. Very cool. Visage of Aya unique helmet now provides 10 to 20 lightning res. Wolf's Protector is chaos res. Wake of Destruction now have MS. Good. As they should. The Windscream unique boots 10 to 20 MS. Wings of Kaelin, more flat armor. Wonder Trap have 10 to 20 MS. Okay. And some other stats. Wyland Stake unique mace. More damage. Okay. I hope this is not the first time we get a revisit to uniques. This is incredibly underwhelming, in my opinion. A lot of these are nerfs. I don't know. The next chapter in the YouTube video is going to be called Skip This Part. Yeah. Like, that's crazy. I don't know. They're so exceptionally underwhelming, which I guess I don't hate the idea of uniques. No, I do. I do hate the idea of uniques being this underwhelming. I was like really trying to think about it there, but I do. I love the way they are in PoE 1. The thing is, even our trash uniques in PoE 1 are significantly better. Our trash uniques in Path of Exile 1 are significantly better. Because if I'm playing on day one, right? On day one, like your first time through the campaign, most uniques in Path of Exile 1 are interesting. Like on your literal first character. Like, obviously they fall off fast. But the thing is, there are some of these that I will choose a blue item over. Which is crazy to me. A blue item shouldn't beat it. So that's crazy. They're so like extremely like there's some that just don't have anything on them. So I'm very underwhelmed by the unique changes. Whereas PoE 1, even our trash uniques aren't that trash. That makes me appreciate PoE 1 uniques. But yeah, I mean, they'll have more uniques eventually. Hopefully, it's just like I know there'll be more uniques coming, and they do have good uniques in the game right now too. However, the current design of most uniques makes me a little bit worried for like just what they want uniques to be, right? It just seems like what I want out of uniques might not be what they want out of uniques, and that's their game. But holy shit, dude. Fixed 4 client and instance crashes. Fixed a bug where Mana Flare, Discharge, and the version of Ember Fusillade triggered by Dust Vigil were not considered triggered skills. Ah. Fixed a bug where objects such as Vine Arrow plants were incorrectly counted as targets for dealing splash damage. Ah, neat. Fixed a bug where Siege Cascade was targeting Vine Arrow. Fixed a bug where Herald of Ice was still exploding shattered enemies when the gem was set to be used with your currently inactive weapon sets. Okay. Fixed a bug where Concoction skill was considered bow skills and could be affected by increased damage with bow skills modifier on quiver. Fixed a bug where snapshotting with Energy Shield, Stitch Demon. Oh, right, when using Masked Stitch Demon. Minion Pact support was able to drain the life of lingering illusions. Rip Conk. No, so if you watched our build guide for this, we actually talk about this in the video, and we made the entire build guide without using a quiver with this because we said this is going to get nerfed in the upcoming patch, right? Like it's very clearly unintended. So we made sure that all the stuff that we're showing off is without using that. And it obviously already had very good damage. Now, obviously, if you were playing it before, you are getting a big damage nerf. Don't get me wrong, but that's why we did that in the guide to make sure to like sort of tell people like this obviously works after the patch because we knew that was coming, right? Fixed a snapshotting issue with Energy Shield. Minion Pact was able to drain. Oh yeah, tier 5 bows could not roll at increased attack speed. Tier 5 rings. Oh, that's funny. Could not roll max life. You could briefly be unable to perform any skills if you try to interact with an object and dodged roll. Ah, I had that a few times. Checkpoint of Temple of Kopek could sometimes take you to the first checkpoint in the area. Preventing the quality bonuses of shock burst rounds from applying. Shockwave Totem did not work with this support gem Astral Projection. This is huge. And this is what I want to play. That's so nice. That's so big. That's actually so big. That's perfect. Perfect timing. Um, Fixed a client crash that could occur with Power Siphon while holding a shield. Fixed a client crash that could occur in Couch Co-op. Couch Co-op with unique and corruption alter. Vine Arrow was not slowing enemies. Sekima Salma to shield you during Jamanra. Fixed a bug that caused her to shield you? Is that unintended behavior? Is she supposed to shield us? Kind of want her to keep doing that. Oh, fail. My reading skills are failing. To fail to shield you. I skipped a line. I was so confused there. I was like, that can't be unintended behavior. I want to live. Okay, cool. PoE players in reading, especially me. Terrain generation for the client to be out of sync. Oh, that's nice. I lost several to that. The influence range of tower skills could fail to display. That's going to be really nice. That's going to be really nice. Crossbows could fail to reload. Ah. So that's what was happening. Spark could fail to cast while standing on the edge of walkable terrain. Temporal chain debuff icon was not displaying correctly. Fire flower could fail to cause fire damage to the player. Ghost stands would remain active when the player no longer met the spirit requirement. That's funny. Way forward, Atlas passive would cause the Arbiter of Ash to drop tier 16 waystones instead of tier 15. Unique bows did not play audio when firing arrows. Wait. Oh, I thought this was intended. I thought that was intended. That was kind of cool, in my opinion. I think that was a really good reward for the Arbiter to actually give you tier 16 maps. Unique bows did not play audio. Engraving and support gem did not play audio. Quest items would not drop again with the respective objective. Characters in a broken state should be able to reobtain the quest objective. Okay. Interactables couldn't be cancelled by using dodge roll. So the augury map. A flask could cause the player to lose life if the item stat requirement weren't met in both weapon sets. Friends would show us offline when they changed character. Intro cinematic did not play on the PC platform. Oh yeah, because they only showed that during like the... Oh, that's interesting. So like a lot of people will not have seen the really cool cinematic intro that they've spent a lot of money on. Incomplete unique items could be obtained. Wonky interactions with additional inventory from Titan. Oh, okay. The hooded one would not identify items stored in the additional inventory. Oh, nice. I'm about to get this, so that'll be big for me. The inventory no longer opens when dragging the Atlas map UI. Walking away from a corpse and back to it could visually display a new remnant. Oh. Oh, that's why I couldn't pick them up. Riverside could appear before entering. Oh, they were. I have this. Like, it looks like it just... The force field appears. Interesting. And the energy shield UI could appear as having energy shield when the player had none. Enemies could cast Detonate Dead on players and minions when the player was using the sacrifice gem. That's funny. Fixed problems in Savannah, Abyss, Seepage, where sections could be inaccessible. Nice. Corpse Wade did not work when the player was using King of Fardent body armor microtransaction. We're pay to lose chat. Fix the bug with the hate forge unique for the negative values of the maximum rage. Okay. Interesting. Blink allowed travel to past and Zizaran encampment without traversing through the time portal. Oh. The UI that displayed a tainted oil slot which does not exist. They could have put yet there. Come on. Come on, GGD. Give us that eventually. Fix the bug where allocating chaos inoculation would incorrectly count as you being low on mana. Crossbow skills would fail to reload. Stashing a gem with the attached support gems would cause support gems to become invisible. Oh. Oh, I think I've had that happen. Do you remember like some of my gems disappeared and I couldn't find them? That must have been what happened. Fix the alignment of Miracalandra. Valve Factory, where some of the humanoid monsters would remain inactive. Elemental Storm had the physical tag. Gasp Clouds could spawn in unwalkable terrain. Minion objectives could stretch into unwalkable terrain. A burial bug could generate with a broken loop. World map always displayed, opened, displaying an above the ground area. Strongboxes could fail to generate any monsters. Dodge roll, which allowed the player to go through bone and frost wall. Dodge roll off the Ordura caravan ramp. Soul cores could not. Some soul cores could not be used in 3-1 recipe. The relic modifier giving chance to gain another key was always applying. That's funny. Skip tutorials no longer prevents you from leaving town without engraving the gem. Removed the redundant block chance description of Sappho's unique item. Landmark from being open. Elemental storm. Okay. Glacial allowed glacial cascade hits to freeze enemies. Trial of the Sekima, where some traps audio failed to play. Unbound avatar could gain stacks from inanimate objects. Temple of Chaos, where leap slamming into an area could cause the encounter not to complete. Damage gained with fire, cold, and lightning are missing tags. Act 1 to Act 2 transition cinematics, sometimes played when entering the Ordura caravan. Loot in the Temple of Chaos. Favorite map. Favorite map would when corrupting a tier 15. Is that when it showed? I never saw it myself. That could prevent the player from returning to the Wisteria outskirts. Okay, super critical supports were not displaying in some cases. Expedition chests and maps were not displaying their rarity. So pretty minor fixes there at the end. Controller improvements, which probably won't mean much to me, so I'm not going to read it because I don't play on console or controller. But it's good that they're getting bug fixes, localization fixes, and MTX. In general, definitely a good patch. Some things were a little underwhelming, like the unique changes and stuff like that. But pretty good. Even just the fact that we can get the highlight pillars of citadels is huge. Notes at the end. What? But yeah, being able to rename soul course and stuff. Una's song still won't be playing correctly. Okay. Adding multiple respawns to pinnacle content. Okay. Oh! Waystone stash tab. Oh, that's it. Wait, or is that what's not ready? Oh no, that's not that's what's not ready. That's what's not ready. That's fine. Map stash tab. And it's not going to be something you have to buy again. But yeah. Pretty cool. Honestly, like just the highlight pillars and I'm actually very excited for the Arbiter being harder now. I wonder if I can kill it. I might not be able to kill it now. Yeah, the runes. The runes is great. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed watching the raw patch notes. I'll make like a TLDR as well, I think. But either way, good patch. A little underwhelming. We got resockets. Thanks for watching. So if you liked the video, more importantly, try to die less than I do.